Letters of support, relationship evidence for the I-130 spouse petition, for fiancé visa applications, and for adjustment of status applications is something that's very important to include. I would really like to go over with all of you what letters of support are, what the letters of support should include, who can write them, and all of the common questions that we are receiving about letters of support, so you know exactly what you should be doing on that front when you're including letters of support with your application. So just to kind of back up for those of you who are maybe just starting your immigration journey, if you are filing an application for your spouse or your fiance for their green card, part of that process is showing immigration that you have a real relationship based on love and not just to receive an immigration benefit. To show immigration that you have a real relationship based on love, you have to provide evidence and proof of your relationship. One type of evidence is are letters of support. And so it's really important to have a mix of relationship evidence, lots of different kinds, but I'm just going to talk about letters of support specifically. And I know some people refer to these as sworn affidavits or affidavits of support. We like to call them letters of support because affidavits of support is an actual immigration form that is for financial information. But I just wanted to give those other terms in case you've heard affidavit of support, sworn affidavit, or letters of support. What a letter of support is someone else who knows you, a friend, a family member that knows you and your fiance or you and your spouse is a couple. Maybe they've seen you together, maybe they've gone to dinner with you, but they know about you and they know your relationship is real, and so they can write a letter explaining what they have seen in terms of your relationship and that your relationship is a real relationship based on love. So that is what a letter of support is. And again, it's part of the relationship evidence that we include with fiancé visa petitions, spouse visa petitions, and adjustment of status. What should letters of support include? This is a really popular question. People will ask, is there a template? Can you give us a sample? I know when we have all of our clients, we give them a long document list of things that we want so we can prove their relationship to immigration. And a lot of times people will ask, can you give us a sample letter so people who are writing letters know what to write? We purposefully do not give clients or anyone a template, because what happens when you give somebody a template is that they usually will all end up looking the same. And the number one rule of what a letter of support should include is unique information, something different than all of the other letters. You don't want them to all look the same. If all of your letters of support look the same, it doesn't look real. It looks like you're creating evidence. And maybe that's not the case at all. That's not what you're doing. But you definitely want to make sure that the letters of support look different. And by that, I mean each person who knows you. Maybe you have a grandparent or a parent or a friend that would write letters. They all have a unique way of how they explain things. They all have something unique that they know about you as a couple. And so we give clients some general information of what the letter should include, but let the person who's writing a letter do their own thing and be creative and tell what they know about you. The letter of support should definitely, though, include the person's full name that is writing the letter, the person's full address. If they are a lawful permanent resident or a United States citizen, they should put that in the letter as well. They don't have to be a United States citizen or lawful permanent resident. It's helpful to have a few letters from people who are, though. And the letter of support should also be sworn to or notarized. And so the instructions don't specifically say you have to have the letters notarized, but we know that immigration officers prefer that the letter is notarized to prove, yes, this person really was the one that gave the statement. This really is their identity. And so those are some of the main things. And then the other thing the letter of support should include, like I mentioned earlier, are unique things about you as a couple. The letter doesn't have to be terribly long. We're not looking for a book. A paragraph or two really would do the trick. Things that they know about you that are unique. For example, oh, I know, Johnny, if it's a grandmother, right? And I know my grandson, Johnny, he went and recently visited his fiance in France, and they have known each other for 3 years. She has come here and visited. I've gotten to meet her. We went to dinner. Those are the kind of things that they are looking for, just to see that, yes, this person knows who you are and can tell information about your relationship. And so I kind of mentioned already, who can write them? Who can write letters of support? Anyone who knows you and knows not just you, but you as a couple. So family, parents, grandparents, friends, and family members from both sides of the family. It doesn't just have to be from the petitioner, the United States citizen or lawful permanent resident. And then this seems to be a very popular question. How many should I submit? How many letters of support should I include? Everybody seems to think that they might have a magic number. Oh, you should submit 5 or 3. And what I will tell you is it really just depends. We usually ask our clients, try to get about 2 to 3. That is good. You want to be careful. And immigration, that's a whole separate topic, not to have an oversubmission, which means you submit so much evidence, it seems like you're trying to overprove something. And you don't want to submit too little, because then you will get a request for evidence and that can delay the case. So again, there isn't a magic number, but 2 to 3 is a good rule of thumb. It's also important to understand the reason that I say it depends is that each couple, each relationship is unique. And what we do with our couples is we tell their story of love. So it will really depend on your story of love, how many letters would be a good amount. It also depends on what other relationship evidence that you have. A lot of people tend to gravitate towards, oh, I should have tons of photos and tons of letters of support. And it's good to have photos and letters of support. But in terms of relationship evidence, immigration considers certain evidence stronger and some other evidence weaker. And so letters of support and photos are on that lower end, that weaker end. Usually an application that only has photos and letters of support, that would not be enough. And by weak, I don't mean you shouldn't include them. It's just immigration's perspective is that letters of support and photos are things that people can make, but they want to see other types of relationship evidence, depending on your case type. That could be financial, commingling of finances, joint accounts, travel together. We have a whole relationship guide on our website that you can download, and a relationship evidence class. So check that out if you want more details about other types of evidence. But that is basically the letters of support component of the application.